Hey folks, Machinery Pete here at the 2019 Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky, and spending a very interesting afternoon here with Ron Kile with Kile Machining Manufacturing out of a beautiful sounding town in Washington. What is the name of the town again, Ron?
Rosalia.
Rosalia, Washington. Now where is that?
That's 40 miles south of Spokane.
South of Spokane.
In the Palouse Hills.
You came a long way to Louisville here.
I did.
Okay, now I've noticed we have quite a number of people stopping, looking at your products here. Well, before we get into that, Ron, why don't you tell us a little background on the company, which I understand you started yourself?
I started myself in 1974 to promote, support the farm in also with building equipment, engineering equipment, design equipment to further our farming requirements.
Sure.
From the 70s up till now. That's been our goal. That's been our focus.
When you start, so that's 45 years now. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
You're closing in on 50. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Was there a heavy emphasis on repair work when you started?
There was. There was a lot of people that needed repairs, manufacturing small pieces of equipment, anything that I could do to help them. They came to me to get the job done.
So when you say like what were you manufacturing and making for people?
Harrow carts, weeder carts, trailers, implements of all types, such as fertilizing tools, whatever the industry needed, whatever our farm needed, we would try to build it rather than buy it, because for the Palouse in our area required specific implements to do the job. We're not flat, we're hilly.
Yeah, I grew up in the flat of Minnesota, Ron, so I've just seen pictures and I need to come out and visit sometime, but it's a beautiful country.
You're more than welcome. We've got, the combines are hillside machines, they level to the hills. Whitman County is the highest producing wheat in the United States.
Wow.
So we've got good deep soils and adequate temperatures to raise soft white wheat.
And your family has been actively farming for many, many years,
Over
is that right?
100 years. Homestead in 1881 by my great-grandfather.
Wow.
And we're still farming the same ground.
Okay, now Ron, let's transition here, and we have some new solutions you guys are bringing to the market. Again, been noticing a lot of people stopping here, looking at your comparison. Why don't you tell us about what Kile Machining Manufacturing's got going on here?
The problem that's inherent to corn and beans and other crops is the shagging or the plugging of a concave, which creates rotor loss, which is huge in saving the crop through the machine, as well as crop productivity and cleanliness. We changed the design from a wired lateral frame, lateral crossbar to a free-flowing non-wired concave that is self-cleaning, that actually takes the crop, processes it, sends straw. We get a cleaner sample, more bushels per hour, and eliminates the excessive rotor loss.
Okay. Now this particular version that you have here, this was came out not too long ago, is that correct?
Yeah, we put this out last year in a Massey Ferguson system because we wanted to conquer this problem, and this was our answer to the solution. Okay. And it worked beautifully.
Okay, so but now I notice also another new product down the way here. And this is even newer. Is that right, Ron?
This is our current version that we're offering right now for a Concave system. We have it now for the flagship and legacy machines, as well as the John Deere frames for the rotary machines.
Well, can you give us a little closer look here, Ron?
Sure, you bet.
And we need to introduce folks here to Kevin Kile. Kevin, you're son of Ron here.
Yes.
How long have you been back in the business?
I have been back since 2000, let's see here.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
I worked in town, Spokane.
Okay.
Did jobs there.
I understand you have an engineering background,
I do.
Kevin?
I do. I went to school, got some engineering background. Did do all the drawing for Kile machine.
Wow. And this is what we're talking about. We call it the Kile machine?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, it's a family business.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us about the new product here.
This is the Kile Concave system for a flagship Case IH machine.
Okay.
What it features is this setup is what we would use for corn and beans, where it is what we call our small square, because the thrashing has to happen on the front half of any concave system. So we use this to do both corn and beans, to get beans out of the pods and the corn rolled off the cobs through here, featuring a stepped version, which leads into this. We're always compressing and releasing the crop to get a surge, to get everything off that. And then the second part of the same system we use for clean out. This actually works because we need to separate. Once we've done this process, we need to start getting it out of there.
Okay, so the Kile system here, on the heels of your other new product, what made you guys push to continue to innovate? Just wanted to find that better way?
Like I said earlier, it's about bushels per hour, clean sample, and reducing rotor loss. This is the system we came up with to facilitate that, and we also have frames to do everything from small seed to alfalfa to wheat up to the larger seed.
Okay. Now, have you done some testing with the Kile system here, the new system?
Oh yes, yeah. This has been out and running. We did it last fall.
Okay.
We sent frames to Iowa. We sent frames to Maryland.
So we're going well beyond the Palouse here.
Oh, we coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
And a lot of our work we do is in the Sacramento Valley for rice.
For rice?
Rice.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we're involved with rice, small grains, and corn and beans.
And what was the customer user feedback with the new system here? Kevin, what kind of things were you hearing?
Well, we've got very good reviews back. We've gotten much less kernels on the ground with rice, corn, beans, wheat. We've got a cleaner sample.
Okay.
We've gotten a better product of not having to deal with the fines and the cobs in the tank with corn and stems in soybeans and garbanzos. So we've done a better job of processing it, and we're not as hard on the crop itself when processing any of those crops either.
Okay.
We've actually found that we're actually easier on the straw as far as when you work with conventional or traditional wired concaves, your impacts are harder and you're harder on the straw with rotary machines. With this process, you are not as hard on the straw and you actually get a better quality straw sample if that's what you're looking for.
And this material here you're using to build the product?
Is an AR.
An AR.
Hard grade steel.
Hard grade steel, okay. So again, you're getting good feedback from customers, less loss. How about cost for a system like this? What are we talking about, guys?
We're talking about $24.95 for a system as of today.
Okay. So that has to be met with, I would think getting some good reaction from people, a good price point?
Yes, it is. We're under where everybody else is price pointing or matching in some areas.
Are folks believing that price point is real when you tell them here at the show?
Oh yeah, no, they appreciate that.
Yeah, that's
we're not overcharging by any means.
Right. Very interesting. And Ron, how's it been from your end to watch this develop here with the new product and the reaction to it?
Oh, it's been a blast because we're able to show people that there is a significant difference in what we're able to do with our system compared to what they're doing, because they come to us saying, we need this stopped. Can you stop this? We said, yes, we stock
Yep.
this.
Okay.
So
So it's resonating.
it is. It is. With our price point and our one-to-one contact with anybody that wants to
Right.
check us out, we work with everybody that.
How about
needs help.
folks? I mean, combines aren't cheap these days.
Oh,
Hugely expensive. But are you getting lean in from people that just bought a new combine
I've had-
with your service?
I've
product?
had customers that have ordered combines without concave systems and put this in.
Ah,
And I've
Interesting.
also growers that have been complaining about what they're getting and said, if we don't fix it, we're going to have to do something different. We want to run this combine that we own, but we need help. That's what we're here for.
okay. Now, Ron, I got to ask you, what's it like working with your son?
It's wonderful. It's a good partnership. We play the devil's advocate once in a while for each other. You got to take the other side and see if you're really on the right track and see whether they can defend their position.
Defend your position.
You've
I
got
like
to
that.
defend your position.
I might see if that works with my dad if I try that out sometime. Kevin, what's it like working with Pop?
Oh, it's great. You can't complain. You get to work with family.
Awesome.
You get your. It's.
Did you kind of grow up with your hands in the business, kind of as a
Yes.
kid, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I always was around.
Yep.
And,
Well, it's got to be fun to, work with Dad and a font of knowledge.
It is. You try taking in as much as you can.
Right. Again, the name of the beautiful town, Ron, is
Rosalia, Washington.
Rosalia, Washington. Describe your facilities there.
What we have is a manufacturing quote farm shop that we have installed CNC equipment to facilitate all the manufacturing of what we do there.
So that is had to be a humongous investment over the years with that type of equipment.
It has been a substantial investment in not only the equipment we own there, but the tooling we own for the castings and the plastic.
Right. Now, if we go down to the end of the table here, guys, the innovation does not stop. We have a product. This is called a Clearview cap.
Yes.
Okay, Kevin, why don't you walk us through what we got here?
This is actually where we started at. We started with before any of the concaves and steel parts.
Okay.
We actually began with these.
Okay.
And this was just an idea that came up one day at an ag show. And
what is the problem this addressed?
the problem was that nobody could see the oil level in their tractors.
Okay.
And we had tractor with the original steel caps.
Right.
And
it was an issue.
it is an issue because they would get hot and nobody would go in there and check them, or they'd run out of oil. You never knew. So
Right.
we went through the process and came up with the plastic. And now we can see the oil level. And
And when did you guys come out with the Clearview caps?
2008.
So a little over 10 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
And I bet when you came out with that, people were probably like,
There was a
wow,
lot of questions.
thank you.
There was more questions.
Questions. And they
Yes.
were asking what? How can this be?
Is it tough enough?
Yeah.
Does it last? Does it fade? Does it?
Right.
Any question you think of, anything that would make them question it working was there.
Now, Dad, you got to hop back in here, Dad. When you were developing the Clearview, you got to share the story about making it, you said, farmer-proof?
Yes, what we decided was it had to be clear and it had to be farmer-proof. And the processor we asked to make the cap said, "What do you mean farmer-proof?" And they says, "If it can be broke, a farmer will find a way to break it." It has endured.
It has not been broken. Nice.
It can be broken, but it takes a lot of energy
Right.
to make that happen.
And tell the story, Ron, about how when you came up with this now, your initial outreach was to Case IH dealers, is that correct?
Well, what we knew we had a great product because it was fulfilling all our demands.
Right.
That they do that, but sitting there with the product and not knowing anything of marketing, being a farm boy,
Yep.
we decided that the best way to do it would be to put it all at once.
Sure.
So nobody. We introduced it by putting in a cap, letter of introduction, and a brochure, and sent it to all the dealers across the United States that had a dealership for a track tractor
Okay.
in the Case IH system, knowing that the majority would be tossed away, but we did be out there once, and it took 4 years, but after 4 years we did get a response from the manufacturer of the tractors to
Word was getting around about the Kile Clearview.
it was around that there was a solution to their issue, and their issue was leaking seals that were taking out their track system, and if they could just monitor the oil level, at least had a fighting chance to save money.
Right. And how did you see the opportunity when nobody else had? I mean, what made you think, hey, let's do this?
Well, it was common sense that if we could save money, somebody should buy this.
Okay.
It was a needed product that fit the application. If somebody could come up with the right answer to get this job done.
All right. Now a lot of people have ideas, and they, good ideas, but then to follow through and to do it.
That's the key. Is you have to rely. You have to have the fortitude to go ahead and take a chance.
Take the gamble.
Right.
And knowing that it could fail, because there's a lot of money just invested to do the tooling to even produce the first one.
I can't imagine.
Then the risk of will they move, and like I said, eventually it worked out to where they were put on at the factory. Not now, but at that time.
You identified a need there and filled it.
And fulfilled it.
Very cool. And obviously hoping the same with the new concave system here, a better way.
Right, and since then we've covered all the other models of tractors that have that, from the Challenger to the Deere, Delta Track, Camso systems. We have a lot of caps out there to cover most of the track systems.
Okay. Now, for any of your products, guys, if people want more information, what's the best way for them to, or do you sell direct or through dealers, or how do you do it?
We have a dealer network we like going through. But we will, if we get the call, somebody that wants something, if they don't think they can get it through a dealer, we're more than happy to accommodate, because our job is to help the farmer or help a dealer. We're just there to be of service.
Right. So what is your guys' website for people that want to look for more info?
The website is KILEMFG.com.
KileMFG.com.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Anything else in the pipeline you guys are at liberty to say or working on?
Right. We're always developing new products.
Sure.
The consumer, the grower out there has ideas that what could be fixed here, and
you're listening to to farmers.
The feedback is where I don't know all the answers and I don't know all the questions, but I'm willing to do. If there's a need that needs to be resolved, we'll take a look at it.
Well, 45 years in business, you've been making it happen, Ron, and thank you for telling us about the company and your new solutions here. Very exciting stuff. And you got Kevin on board now. I think bright days ahead again for Kile Machine and Manufacturing.
I wish all the farmers out there the best of luck, because it's a demanding career that we've been involved with. Struggles, but it's always been a good quality life to live and a good way to spend your time.
Well, I second that, Ron, and beautiful sentiment, and thanks again, guys, for telling us about the company.
Thank you.
Ram Trucks, premier vehicle of Machinery Pete TV.